Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, I will be sharing some technical analysis with the possibility of Bitcoin having a price shakeout towards the downside before we see a breakout towards all-time new highs. Now, with that being said, we will take a look at price targets both for the downside and for the upside possibilities. So let's get right into the weeds. Now, a few hours ago, I posted this Bitcoin chart on my Twitter and Telegram accounts, and you can actually join those accounts through the links in the description down below. I do plan on posting more of these chart setups, as these are the charts that are on my radar as I spend the day trading. And so with this particular chart, I was looking at the pattern here and expecting a breakout either towards the downside or the upside. As I stated, I was waiting to see if it would break down or up, and at which point it did, I would then open a short or a long position. Well, in reality, the very next 1 hour candle did actually break down and close, and I opened a short position on the close of the candle. Now, the close of the candle to me is confirmation. I don't want to get a fake out and have it just wick down and get back into the triangle. So I actually wait for the close of the candle. In addition to, I was also watching this level here, which was around 56.5, which did lend some support and resistance, and when it broke through and down below that too could act as confirmation. And so my profit target was basically from the bottom to the top up here where it was hitting resistance, and that would put my profit target down here around the 55,100 range, which again, if we check our 6 and look back, has acted as support down around 55,000. And so with that being my profit target, I also always have a stop loss predetermined, and my stop loss was actually right above the 57,000 level. If Bitcoin was able to come back up and close above 57,000, then we could see another retest back up in this zone, and if we break through that zone, then Bitcoin could be off to the races. So I have my stop loss currently at 57,000. However, I will more than likely start to tighten that up after this video, and in all likelihood I'll move that down to at a minimum break even so I don't end up with a loser. If this price action continues to push down and get rejected again down here at around 55.5, then I might squeeze it down into the 56,000 level, as we saw that is previous resistance, and if we get back above that, I don't want to see this come all the way back up and wipe out any profits I might have. And with that being said, it would be perfectly fine for this price action to come back up, retest this trend line, and then roll back over, and at that point I would then get back into a new short position. So when this video is over, I more than likely will bring my stop loss down into break even or lock in some small profits. Alright, if we jump over here to the 4 hour chart, you can see that currently the Bitcoin price kind of ran up into resistance and is now rolling over, and this could simply be a shakeout before a breakout to new highs. We can't just keep going straight up. It's not unusual to see a pullback before we get a breakout back towards the top side. And so right now on the 4 hour chart, what I'm watching is this rising wedge essentially, and you can see support along the lower trend line and resistance along the upper trend line. And so I'll keep a very close eye on the 4 hour chart, and if you look where this trend line comes in at is right around that 55,000. And so again, when I see similarities on like the 4 hour or the 1 hour or the daily chart, that only brings more confirmation that these levels are actually stronger than just being on one time frame. So the fact this 55,000 level corresponds to where we have just about my take profit level makes me a little more confident that we could then see a bounce from here and move back up. Now, with that being said, if we break through that level, I could easily add to a short position or open a new short position, because at that point we could then see a run down into the 52,920 level, which would be a previous level of resistance back here. where we sold off before this recent rally, or if we break that 52.9 level, then we could be looking down here at the Fibonacci 382 level, and that has acted as support, and so it could turn into future support as well, and that is right around 51,000. Now if the bears breach this 51,000 level, then we could be headed back down here to the 50% Fibonacci level, and that would be right around 47,000, where we did see quite a bit of support before the push up on this recent move. So with that all being said, on the bearish side, we certainly want to take a look at the bullish side, because we're not here to predict where the price is going. The charts will tell us where the price is going. As traders, we just want to get involved at levels that offer us the best possibility at profit with the lowest possible risk. So if the bulls are able to find some support off of this trend line and push this price back up into the upper trend line, and perhaps even breach the upper trend line, then we'll see resistance up here at around 60,000, which is basically the level right before all-time new highs, and there was a whole lot of resistance back up at that level. So I do anticipate seeing some resistance at this level, maybe come back in and test this trend line, bounce back up, and perhaps keep testing that trend line until we get a squeeze and bust through back towards all-time new highs. Now we do also need to keep in mind we could see a breakdown completely of this level and come back down here before we proceed on up to all-time new highs. And so what I will be watching on the 4-hour chart is to see if we get a reversal towards the upside, and if we do, then I'm looking at resistance for starters around the 58,000 level, then more than likely up around 60,000, and then from there, all-time new highs of around 64,000. From that point, it's open sky to even higher highs. On the flip side, however, if this price action continues to break down and we break through the, say, 55,000 level, then we could possibly be headed back down towards 53,000 or 51,000. If those fail to hold, then we're headed all the way back down perhaps to 47,000, where we saw previous support, and the Fibonacci 50% level. So I think that pretty much wraps it up. I'll do an update video in the very near future on how this price action is actually performing, so you might want to shoot that subscribe button. If you like this video, do me a favor, spike a like. If you have questions or comments, drop those in the comment section down below. And until next time, remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. See you in the next video.